Are you wanting to post new and creative content for your affiliate marketing business but don't know exactly where to start? Then watch this video to learn about 3 different types of content you can create that will keep your audience coming back for more. Hi guys, welcome back to Modest Coaching. My name's Danielle Lowinger. I'm the creator of Modest Coaching, and I just want to let you know that no matter what your status or what you've gone through or what educational level that you have, I believe everybody can take affiliate marketing and create the passive income that they're looking for to make that life-changing income and change their lives forever. In this video today, we're going to go over 3 different topics of different type of content that you can create that will help you keep your audience retention and keep them coming back for more, as also well as the biggest thing is they are going to learn to trust you. So without further ado, let's jump on in. So coming in at number 1 is the first type of content that you can create, and it's called product reviews. When you actually sit back and think about it, most of the time when we are trying to create a channel or trying to create a blog, most of the time the type of avatar or audience that we are gearing towards are actually essentially mimics of ourselves. So since they are mimic of ourselves, we should have a pretty good idea of exactly what our audience is looking for. And then more often than not, we should know what their pain points are and what exactly we can help them with by providing that place of servitude. So since we have a pretty good idea of exactly what type of audience we should be gearing towards because we are the exact mimic, we should have an idea of what type of products they'd be interested in. Because if you're part of the hiking niche, and you love hiking, you should know on a daily basis what type of products you need and what type of training you might need. So therefore, product reviews are going to be great because you should have items in your house or in your car that you use on a daily basis for hiking itself. This is why most of the time when you see it on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram, there are a lot of different posts that are product reviews. And most of the time it's the biggest thing out there, and it's one of the most easiest ones to do because you already have your reasoning for buying the product, and therefore all you have to do is go through that list that made you buy the product in the first place. And speaking from experience, I was working on getting up at 4:30 a.m. in the morning, and every single morning every single night I'd be setting my alarm on my phone and setting it for 4:21, hitting the snooze button, and then getting up at 4:30. Well, needless to say, that wasn't happening, and because of that, I had to have a different alternative. So I went to my local Best Buy, and I went and found a iHome Power Clock. That way I could put it on my dresser, which was about 8 feet away from where I'm sitting on my bed, and it makes me physically get up in the morning and actually wakes me up rather than just hitting the snooze button. And because of my personal experience and because of how it's helped me now moving forward and waking up in the mornings, I did a product review. And if you want to get an example of what a product review could look like, you can go to my personal YouTube channel, which is just my name, and I'll provide a link in the description below just to give an example of what I did in that video. Just keep in mind when you are doing a product video, you are needing to come from a place of servitude. If you're coming from a place where you're just wanting to make money, it's not really going to come off really well, and you're not going to come off authentic. So I highly recommend that you find something that you're very passionate about or use on a daily basis and the reasoning behind it, and then come across like that in your video. Moving right along, we're moving on to content type number 2, which is essentially taking a product review and doing a product comparison. So let's continue on saying that you're part of a hiking niche and you are promoting a specific type of gear. And for instance, let's say that you are working on, hydration for the time being in your topics that you're talking about. And let's say there's 2 different types of water bottles that you really, really like. They're both metal. They both keep your cold drinks cold and your hot drinks hot. But you haven't really necessarily given your audience the type of content or the type of information that they need in order to then go purchase the product. So what you can do is you can take those 2 types of water bottles, type A and type B, and you can create a video, a blog, a post comparing the 2 products. So for instance, if you had one that was a Hydro Flask and one that was a Yeti, you can take those 2, take the different aspects from them and compare the 2 aspects. Now they might be very, very similar, but what you can do is you can use your personal experience and your personal opinion because you've built that repertoire with your audience and say why you like a specific one, maybe more than the other, or you can just say that both of them are just as good and both of them have the best key application that they're looking for when it comes to hiking. And because of that, you create a blog that maybe has some photos and you write out your blog. But if language isn't really your thing or writing a script really isn't your thing, you can go do a video about it. Or you can do something as simple as creating a comparison post in an Instagram or Facebook, where on one side you have the Yeti and maybe all the different things that it's really, really good at. And then you can have the Hydro Flask on the other side with all the other things that's really good for the Hydro Flask, and post it as a piece of content there, and just provide your links in the description below. Just like I said in the first content, make sure that you still are coming from a place of servitude, because if your audience doesn't trust you or the audience doesn't understand why you're promoting a certain thing in your specific niche, then they're not going to really be engaging with your content, and they're not going to be wanting to purchase that product. So just once again, come from a place of servitude. Make sure that there is something that they're getting out of the purchase, making them either emotionally feel better, feel safer, feel like they're going to get some type of result out of it from buying your product. So moving on to our last and third type of content is the how-to content. Now, how-to is pretty much sort of like doing the two first ones, but instead of just taking the comparisons and your personal opinions and just showing the key points, you're actually showing the functionality of the product. So one example is you always see info commercials that are talking about these non-stick pans. And in those non-stick pans, if you're watching the long infomercial, then they show an example of like frying a piece of cheese, of melted cheddar cheese, and then they take a spatula and they scrape it right off. That is a great how-to of how that product works. So you can take any of the products that you have purchased in the past regarding to whatever niche that you're trying to gear towards, because once again, most of the time we are our avatars. You can take that same product review or product comparisons and sort of elongate the video just a bit, or the blog or the post or whatever it is, and pretty much go through why you think it's key. Give real life examples of why. So maybe with a Hydro Flask example, you can take a cold glass of water that you had in the freezer that's maybe now a solid ice, put it in your Hydro Flask, leave the top on or off, and go through and find out how long it takes for that ice to melt. So you can do a quick, short minute video just doing a review on how long that Hydro Flask keeps your ice cold. And you can do the same thing. You can make a cup of coffee, you can put it in a Yeti, and you can see how long it takes for that coffee to get cold. So instead of just doing a product review and going over the key points, you can actually show how it works and the actual evidence behind it. The very good example of the frying pan is, once again, showing yourself if you're part of a baking or a cooking niche, you're in the kitchen, you're using the said frying pan because it's your personal part of your personal package that you use in the kitchen. And you take that slice of cheddar cheese, just like that infomercial, you put it on the pan and you show scraping it off and right into the trash can. Now, if you're talking about any type of maybe cooking eggs in the morning or cooking chicken or anything that has any type of stickness to that frying pan, you're showing the functionality. So you're not just giving a product review, you're not doing a product comparison, but you're also showing the effectiveness. So once again, you want to come from a place of servitude, and you want to come from a place of trust. And to do so, you have to do it in an authentic reason why you're promoting it on your channel or on your YouTube or Facebook or whatever program you're using. So at the end of the day, no matter what method you choose, as long as you create some type of engaging content that your audience wants to be a part of, it makes them, like I said, it makes them feel something, whether that's happiness, safety, getting the results that they're looking for, whatever it is, you just want to create some type of content that is servicing your audience. So don't come from a place of just wanting to make money, just getting the content out there because you feel like there's another way to do it. And don't do reviews or products that you don't believe in. I mean, if you're seeing a trend maybe on the specific product, but it has nothing to do with your audience, then don't do it. It's just going to be more detrimental to you in the long run. And therefore, you want to pick items that are more geared towards your niche. And once again, figure out what your niche is based off of what you're passionate about. So there you go. Those were the 3 types of content you can start today using for your affiliate marketing business. They are 3 proven types that we've used in the Entre Institute. I personally use 2 types of them. I definitely do the product reviews and I definitely do the how-tos. So those are the ones that I would highly personally recommend, but there are so many other different types of content. I am going to go over more content in a future video, but you're going to have to stick around to find out more about that. In the meantime, I just want to say thank you for taking this long to watch this video. I'm so happy that you made it to the end. Because of that, I do have a question to ask you to either tell me it was a good video or it needs some work on it or what you learned from this video. So please drop that down in the description to let me know so I can do better for you guys in my next video. In the meantime, just like usual, if you have any personal questions that you don't necessarily want everybody to see in the comments, go ahead and shoot me an email at my personal info at daniellelawander.com, which is my personal email. And you can always reach out to me on Facebook and Instagram as well. Just like normal, that's the end of our video for today. I hope you guys are having a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya.